Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Al-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillah, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. Dear brothers and sisters, there are times in life when we may feel completely lost. We try our best, work hard and pray fervently, yet things don't seem to go as planned. In these moments, many of us start to question, has Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgotten me? However, the truth is the opposite. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never forgets his servants. He is always working silently in ways we cannot even imagine. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran, indeed Allah is with those who are patient. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:153. And He also reminds us, and whoever relies upon Allah, then He is sufficient for him. Surah At-Talaq 65:3. These verses teach us that even when we cannot see Allah's subhanahu wa ta'ala plan, it is unfolding behind the scenes and is perfectly designed for our good. Today, let us explore together 7 powerful signs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is silently working on your behalf. Sign 1. Closed doors in dunya, this world. Sometimes you may try everything to achieve a goal, whether it's a job, a marriage proposal, a business deal, or a friendship. And every single door seems to close. You may feel frustrated and wonder, why is this happening to me? But here's the truth, when doors close, it is not a rejection. It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's protection. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala may be saving you from something that could harm your faith, your future, or your heart. Consider the story of Prophet Yusuf. May Allah be pleased with him. His brothers plotted against him, threw him into a well, and sold him into slavery. Yet every closed door in his life was actually leading him to a greater destiny designed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sign 2. Unexpected delays in your plans. My brothers and sisters, sometimes you are ready for something right now, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala delays it. You ask for marriage, but it doesn't happen immediately. You ask for a job, but months pass without success. You want healing, but recovery takes longer. Remember, delay is not denial. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the right time for everything. Imagine receiving a blessing before you are spiritually, emotionally, or financially ready. It could become a burden instead of a blessing. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, know that what missed you was never meant to hit you, and what hit you was never meant to miss you. Hadith, Sunan Abu Dawood. So if your dua is delayed, it is because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is preparing something better, or preparing you to handle it better. Sign 3. Your heart finds peace in remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is working in your life is that in the middle of hardship, your heart feels a strange peace when you remember Him. The Quran says, surely in the remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala do hearts find rest. Surah Ar-Ra'd 13:28. Even if your problems are not yet solved, if your heart finds comfort in dhikr, in salah, or in the Quran, it means that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is strengthening your soul for what is to come. That peace itself is a gift, proof that He is close to you. Sign 4. Sudden removal of toxic people. Sometimes, without even trying, certain people leave your life. Friends, colleagues, or even family members who secretly wished you harm. At first, you may feel pain, loneliness, or betrayal, but later you realize that their absence protected your faith, your dignity, and your progress. This is not a coincidence. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's unseen hand, removing people who were obstacles between you and your growth. Just as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved Musa, may Allah be pleased with him, from Pharaoh's oppression, He can save you from those who would damn. Sign 5. Doors closing before the right one opens. Sometimes you may try one job and it fails. You attempt another plan and it collapses. Every door seems to close in your face. My brothers and sisters, do not despair. This is a sign that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saving you from harm and guiding you towards something better. The Quran tells us clearly, but perhaps you dislike a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:16. Every no you face is just one step closer to the yes that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you. Sign 6, increase in patience and inner strength. Another powerful sign is when your patience grows stronger. In the past, a small problem might have made you cry or panic. Now, even in bigger trials, you remain calm, hopeful, and connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This patience is not solely from you, it is a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He is silently building your resilience, polishing your heart, and preparing you for blessings you cannot yet see. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, whoever remains patient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will grant him patience. And no one is given a gift better and more abundant than patience. Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim. Sign 7, small but meaningful blessings appear. Sometimes the greatest signs are not huge miracles, but rather small daily blessings. A stranger helps you, you unexpectedly find money, you recover from illness quickly, or an idea comes to you that solves your problem. These are whispers from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, reminding you, I am with you even in the small details of your life. So my beloved brothers and sisters, if you notice these signs, delays, peace in remembrance, the removal of toxic people, closed door, increased patience, or small blessings, rejoice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is silently working on your behalf. Continue making dua, reciting the Quran, and trusting His plan. Even when you do not see results, trust that they are on their way. Dua. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us to recognize His signs, grant us patience, fill our hearts with contentment, and open the doors of His mercy and success for us in both this world and the hereafter. Ameen.